Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Movie Buff Beth and I'm back again with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Indicator, a label that honestly I have kind of slept on the last few years. They are a relatively new boutique label based out of the UK, and like I said, kind of the label that I have been sleeping on. Not really for any reason in particular. I was very interested in them from the beginning because they were releasing a lot of titles that Twilight Time had released here in the US that had since gone out of print. Particularly the first title that I picked up from them was one that Twilight Time had released here and was pretty hard to come by. So they had my interest from the very start. But yeah, I kind of just fell off from them. I think part of it was just it became overwhelming very quickly how many titles they were releasing. It's awesome how much they have been able to release in just a short span of time. I want to say they've been around maybe like 4 years or so. I could be wrong on that, but I kind of feel like that's the amount of time they've been around. But no longer am I sleeping on Indicator. This last sale, I don't know what got into my head. Sorry about the cats in the background, but there's just been so many sales going on. I've just been in this like crazy sale mentality, picking up so much. And you know, I knew this Indicator sale was going on. Joe from Joe and Marie messaged me on Instagram. He's always really good about letting me know about sales. And he was like, hey, Indicator's having their sale if you want to check it out. And I was like, nah, there's enough sales going on. I don't think I'll partake in this one. You know, it was that weekend where we were hit with like Kino, Warner Archive, all of those all at once. But then I ended up going on their website and the prices were just kind of too hard to resist, and I realized I'd really been sleeping on this label, and there were a lot of films that I was really interested in checking out, and I finally took the opportunity to do so and picked up quite a bit in the sale. And before the sale, I actually only owned 5 titles from them. So I thought I would just go ahead in this video show you what I had before as well as everything that I picked up. If you watched our little collection update video that we did, I did kind of show what we have as far as Indicator, you know, because we set it up on a new shelf in our living space. But I wanted to go through them one by one and kind of give my thoughts on the few that I have watched. Unfortunately, I haven't even watched the original 5 from my collection yet. I've seen 3 of the 5. I was going to watch all of them before I filmed this video, but I've already gotten a little behind on recording some videos, so I just thought I would go ahead and record this now. So again, I will just start with the stuff that I already own, the 5 releases that I already own in my collection, and then I will go into what I picked up from the Indicator sale. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, if you enjoy haul videos, movie reviews, recaps of everything that I've been watching, if you guys are interested in that type of content, please consider subscribing if you are not subscribed yet. That's what we talk about here on Movie Buff Pains. Andrew, my husband, does a lot of videos with me as well, and he does an awesome segment called Andrew's Animation, where he talks all things animation. He knows a lot about animation, a lot more than I think I ever will. So yeah, please consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and we'll go ahead and get started. So like I mentioned earlier, Indicator initially caught my interest because they were releasing titles that were released by Twilight Time in the US and had gone out of print. And one title in particular really interested me because Brian De Palma is one of my favorite directors. I think when this was released, I was kind of going through and watching all of his films and really solidifying the fact that I love Brian De Palma. And this is a film that I wanted to see really badly, but it was released by Twilight Time, and at the time it was already out of print. So this was the first one that I picked up from Indicator years ago when it was first released, and I'm not sure why I didn't keep up on their releases, but that's a whole other thing. And the movie I'm talking about, of course, is Body Double. This is a fantastic Hitchcockian type suspense thriller, also kind of throwing in some like erotic elements. I think that it's just so good. I think this is one of De Palma's best films. It's probably not my favorite, but it's right up there. I mean, I really loved this film, and I'm so glad that Indicator released it and gave me the opportunity to finally check it out because it is just fantastic. And my friend film blogger Sam, I think he said that this is his favorite De Palma film, and I can definitely see why. It's just so good. I absolutely love this film, and I don't know why I wasn't sold on Indicator from the get-go, because this is a great release. And one thing that I'll mention about Indicator is they do not mess around when it comes to extras. Their extras are insane. I'll go ahead and hold up the back for you to look at there. I mean, Just look at all of those extras, it's incredible. And they do release limited editions, this is one of them. So like the first run of so many is a limited edition, but usually they carry over a lot of the special features, if not all of them, to the regular editions. So something to keep in mind, but yeah, Body Double, love this film. Great release from Indicator. And I think this is probably the second thing I picked up from Indicator. I have a hard time keeping track, but this is a great little slasher, and that is Happy Birthday to Me. Really enjoy this film. I do own the Mill Creek like retro VHS slipcover release. I can't remember which one I picked up first, but it just wasn't cutting it for me. So I picked this release up as well. So I have 2 copies of it. If my memory is serving me, this does have a different transfer than the Mill Creek release, or perhaps I just picked this up because of all the extras. I honestly can't remember, sorry about that. But yeah, there's the extras for you to take a look at. Again, they do not mess around when it comes to extras. And I think that this limited edition may still be available, I could be wrong. But yeah, this one's not too terribly hard to come by, but a really fun slasher flick. I enjoy this one. And then the other 3 releases I have from Indicator are actually their like Hardbox limited editions, which are really cool. I can't even really tell you why I picked some of these up. I think I just saw them like go up for pre-order on Amazon UK, and when it was easier to order from them, I just went ahead and grabbed them. I think part of it is I've always been a big fan of Second Sight and their Hardbox releases, so I think Indicator just kind of got thrown in there in my interest for a while. This next one, I have not seen it. It's a film from 1979. I've heard it's a pretty bleak watch, and that is Scum. And again, this is a Hardbox release. They do a fantastic job with these releases, and then like all of their box sets come in boxes like this as well. Yeah, I wish that I had watched this before I did this video, but I haven't seen it yet. But I mean, come on. Look at the list of extras on there, and it is just incredible what they are doing. Inside the box you have, you know, a separate case just like their other releases. So you got this kind of some different artwork there, so that's cool. And then you also get a booklet, which is just insanely huge old booklet of information about the film. Really cool. And that's one thing I forgot to mention, is one of the things that is limited in the limited edition releases is they come with booklets about the film. So that's one reason to pick them up right away. And then it also does come with a poster, so that's really cool. But yeah, they do a really good job with these. I wish that I had all of them, but that would send me down a whole other rabbit hole of spending money. So at this point, I'm just grateful for the ones that I do have, even if I haven't watched the films yet. And this film has always been on my radar because it's directed by Dennis Hopper. It's from 1971, and that is the last movie. I know that this one's pretty well sold out, so I'm happy that I have this in the collection. There's your special features for that one. I know I have the cards somewhere. They do come with like little J cards on them that show which number of the limited editions you have, because these box sets are numbered, and I know I have them somewhere, I just didn't keep them on them for some reason. But yeah, same thing with this one. You've got your different art on the inside. You got a poster as well. I actually had forgotten that these came with posters, as if I have space on my walls for posters. But and then you got another huge hefty booklet there. It's really cool. One day I need to sit down and read all of these booklets that come in these box sets. I'd have enough to read for the rest of my life. But yeah, I'm very keen to check this one out soon. Dennis Hopper, I love him, so happy to have that one in the collection. And then this one I have seen. I watched it maybe a month or so ago, really enjoyed it, and that is Night of the Demon, also known as Curse of the Demon. This is a film that just has a really good reputation, and I'd always heard such good things about it, and that's obviously why I picked it up. But beautiful artwork on this one. Again, not messing around with those special features. Yeah, there's 4 different cuts of the film on this, which is just insane. So endless rewatchability with this one, because you can just watch all the different versions. And then on the inside, got our inner case there. We got the poster, obviously not gonna open those up, and another massive booklet for this one. So really awesome. Again, I can't sing the praises of Indicator enough, honestly. So those are the 5 releases I had in my collection prior to the sale. But the sale, to say the least, has put a bug in my system to buy more of them, because even beyond what I purchased at the sale, which was an insane amount for one sale. I actually have bought a couple other releases outside of the sale since, and they have also arrived. It took them a little bit to get my order in the mail, but that's okay, it's not a big deal. I mean, I'm sure they had a lot of orders to go through, but real quick, I'll show you the stuff I picked up outside of the sale. Now, I don't remember if they were a part of the sale or not, but I just found decent deals on them outside of the sale. And again, I got this bug and I had to pick them up. The first one I got is Sweet Charity, starring Shirley MacLaine. This is the limited edition. I got number 1476 of 3000. Go to show the back there. Haven't opened this one yet, so I won't show you the contents. You got the same thing here where you got the booklet and the inner case in there. Don't know too much about this film, but it definitely caught my interest, and I thought it was pretty much sold out when I was looking at it. I had it in my cart on Zavvi, and then it was sold out, and then all of a sudden it seemed like it was sold out pretty much everywhere. And then randomly I found a copy on American Amazon, so just went ahead and stashed it. Only paid like 20 bucks for it, so awesome deal there. If you guys have seen any of these movies, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as always. And then, like I mentioned, Indicator does some amazing work with box sets, and I found some decent deals on these too, and always trying to expand my film interest and the types of films I'm watching. You know, this year I'm working on watching more foreign films and film noir and westerns, just really trying to expand the kinds of things that I'm watching, just because there's so much more out there that I initially didn't think I would enjoy that I've come to enjoy. And I don't know if that just has come with my age, or maybe it's being stuck inside in quarantine for an entire year. I don't know, but either way, the first thing I grabbed is the John Ford at Columbia box set, and this is just a really incredible set. Looks really cool. I got number 3126 of 6000. And I do believe all this stuff is still pretty much available. But this has 4 films in it: The Whole Town's Talking, The Long Gray Line, Gideon's Day, and The Last Hurrah. So really looking forward to giving these a watch, and again, expanding my film watching a bit. And the other box set that I picked up, this one's actually released by Criterion in the US, but again, got that Indicator bug. And also I kind of preferred the artwork on this one. And my friend Diva Kimmy, she kind of turned me on to this release. I was planning on picking up the Criterion, but I saw it available from Indicator, so just decided to grab it this way. But again, my friend Diva Kimmy told me about these films and said they're absolute must-watches. And this is the Marlene Dietrich and Joseph von Steenberg box set at Paramount. These are films that came out between 1930 and 1935. I'm really becoming pretty well versed in like the 60s. Watched a lot of stuff from the 70s and beyond, but before the 60s I am not well versed at all, and I know that these are pretty much like must-watch films. You got Morocco, Dishonored, Shanghai Express, Blonde Venus, The Scarlet Empress, and The Devil is a Woman. And again, beautiful box set. Lots of special features. This one's a little bit different. You got like kind of the skinny cases, kind of like what Criterion has done with like the Jacques Demy set and whatnot. This is number 3187 of 6000. Really happy to add this to the collection. All right, so now let's go ahead and go into what I actually picked up from the sale. This first one, this is the only like box besides the box set of films that I got. And this one, I actually do own a Blu-ray of it that I got at the dollar store. But again, I see a limited edition, I lose my mind, and so I picked this up, and this is called Force 10 from Navarone. Again, you got the Hardbox, really nice there. This is number 3646 of 5000. Probably not going to say too much about these individual films because I have not seen any of them, save for one that I've watched since I received my order, but yeah, grab that one, and happy to add it to the collection. Next up, we've got a Joan Crawford film here, and that is Berserk. Huge fan of Joan Crawford and everything I've seen her in thus far. So definitely looking forward to giving this one a watch. This is the limited edition that comes with the booklet, so really cool there. This next one really sparked my interest, mainly because of the cast. I've talked about it on the channel before. I'm a big fan of Matthew Modine. From Full Metal Jacket to Pacific Heights to Stranger Things, I'm a huge fan. And so anytime I see a Matthew Modine film, I pretty much have to grab it. And this also stars Nicolas Cage. I mean, that just sounds awesome. You got music by Peter Gabriel. It's a film from 1984 called Birdie. Don't know too much about it, but yeah, Gotta add to that Matthew Modine collection, of course. And this is also a limited edition release. Another thing I've talked about on the channel is how I'm trying to watch all of Paul Schrader's films. This one is released by Kino in the US, but just looking at the special features on this, I had to grab the Indicator release, and that is Blue Collar. This also stars Richard Pryor, Harvey Keitel, and Yaphet Kotto, who recently passed away, unfortunately. But I've heard that this is one of his must-see films. Don't know why this one came in a blue case. It's the only one in this whole haul that came in a blue case. Maybe it's supposed to be ironic because it's blue collar. I don't know. But yeah, looking forward to giving this one a watch. I've really enjoyed everything I've seen from Paul Schrader so far, so I'm very excited about this one. I should mention that I have to credit Brian Sauer over at Just the Discs with a lot of these pickups because he gives great recommendations and always gives me great ideas of films to check out that otherwise I may not have given a second glance. And I'm pretty sure this was one of them. This one stars Walter Matthau, directed by Don Siegel, and it's called Charlie of Varick. I do like Walter Matthau, and this one looked intriguing to me, so I went ahead and grabbed that one. So thank you, Brian, over at Just the Discs, for making me spend tons of money. And another thing that I've been doing lately is watching a lot of Jane Fonda films. I'm very into Jane Fonda at the moment. It all kind of started when I watched 9 to 5 a few weeks ago. I've always known that she's amazing, but there's a lot of films of hers that I haven't seen. And this is one of them, and it is called The China Syndrome. And this film also stars Jack Lemmon and Michael Douglas, so it sounds like a really solid film there. Don't know too much about it beyond the cast, but looking forward to checking it out. And this is one that came pretty highly recommended by Just the Discs, and that is Cisco Pike. It had kind of been on my radar since Indicator released it, but it kind of just solidified my decision to pick it up upon watching the Just the Discs recommendation video. And this is the one film that I have watched since I received my haul, and I definitely did enjoy this. You have a wonderful cast. You got Gene Hackman, Karen Black, introducing Chris Christopherson, awesome. And you also got Harry Dean Stanton, one of my favorite character actors. He is just so good, and he is wonderful in this film. He might even be the highlight of the movie for me, but really enjoyed this one. It also has some great music, just a great 70s feeling movie, and I love that. I love that vibe. I love 70s films, so definitely really enjoyed Cisco Pike. Next up, we have a William Wyler film, definitely a director that I need to see more films from, and that is The Collector. This is another one that's been on my radar for a while. I have had a lot of Indicator releases in my cart on Amazon UK for quite some time, but like I've mentioned in some of my other videos, it's pretty hard to order from the UK right now, unless you order direct from the company or a label. But yeah, The Collector, a William Wyler film to check out. Looking forward to this one for sure. This is a film directed by Sidney Lumet, another director that I'm working on. And there's a few directors right now that I'm just trying to watch a lot of their filmography. And this one is called The Deadly Affair. So definitely looking forward to giving this one a watch. I watched a film maybe about a month or so ago called The Three Faces of Eve, which stars Joanne Woodward, and I hadn't really seen much with her before, but after seeing that film, I definitely want to seek out more of her stuff. So when I saw this, it was a part of the sale, I had to grab it, and this has to be one of the longest film titles I've ever seen. It is called The Effect of Gamma Rays on Man in the Moon Marigolds. Whoa, what a title. I've never heard anything about this, but again, I saw Joanne Woodward was in it, and I wanted to check it out. So here it is now in my collection. If you guys have any thoughts on this one, let me know below. This next one is a film from 1972, and that is Endless Night. I'm kind of blanking on what made me pick this one up, but I'm sure that I'll enjoy it. Again, I love 70s cinema. I've been really into it, especially lately, watching a lot of stuff from the 60s and 70s, so Endless Night. Another director that I really have enjoyed all of the work I've seen from him, especially The Graduate and Closer, and that of course is Mike Nichols, and this is a film called The Fortune. Never heard of this one before, surprisingly, you know, especially since I'm a fan of Mike Nichols, but this stars Warren Beatty and Jack Nicholson. I mean, that's just gotta be good, hopefully at least. And this is the limited edition one. I haven't been mentioning that with many of the others, but if they're in the full like Criterion style cases, they are the limited edition. So yeah, The Fortune. Next up, this is just a film that looked really intriguing based on the premise and the cover. This is a film from 1970. Again, love 70s cinema, and that is Fragment of Fear. Another limited edition. I was really excited at how many limited editions I was able to find in this sale, but yeah, excited for this one. This one intrigued me because it is a film starring Woody Allen that is not directed by Woody Allen, and that is The Front. Can't say I've ever seen a film starring Woody Allen that isn't directed by him. Maybe I'm just blanking, but I'm pretty sure that I have not, so yeah, excited to check this one out, The Front. I have another Paul Schrader film here. This is one I've been wanting to pick up for ages and was finally able to do so, and that is Hardcore, starring George C. Scott. This is one that I've had on my watch list for a very long time, so excited to finally give it a watch. Another one that I feel like has been on my watch list for a long time, and this one is directed by Hal Ashby, and that is The Last Detail, starring Jack Nicholson. I feel like I've been wanting to pick this one up since it was initially released by Indicator, but for one reason or another, I'm just getting around to it. So yeah, The Last Detail. I think this is another one that was recommended by Just the Discs. This is directed by Alan Arkin, so really cool there. And you also have Elliot Gould, I'm a big fan of him, and that is Little Murders. Another limited edition. So definitely looking forward to this one. This one, I remember I was so bummed that I missed out on the Twilight Time release of it. It went out of print and then it got really, really expensive, and this is always a film I've wanted to see, and that is The Mad Magician, starring Vincent Price. And Andrew and I really like older films that are in 3D, and this one's always been one we wanted to check out, and I'm so glad that Indicator released it so that we could add it to our collection. So very excited about this one. This one, funny enough, I actually own 2 copies of it on beta, and I'm pretty sure I have a VHS as well. Still have never seen it, but I'm a big Robin Williams fan. I don't think you can go wrong with him, and that is Moscow on the Hudson. So very random that I own so many tape copies of this film, but now I have it on Blu-ray, so that will probably be the preferred way to give it a watch. Kind of bummed that I missed out on the limited edition version of this one, but I'm happy to have the film nonetheless, and that is Night Tide, starring Dennis Hopper. And interestingly enough, this says Nicholas Winding Refn presents, and that just intrigues me even more. He's one of my favorite modern directors, so definitely looking forward to giving this one a watch. This is a film from 1961, 86 minutes. Definitely looks right up my alley, so really, really excited to watch Night Tide. We are almost at the end here. I know I bought a lot. This one is a film from 1994, so quite a bit newer than the others. Hey, I was born in 1994. And this stars David Mamet, William H. Macy, gonna say this wrong, Oleana, I believe is how you say it. You guys know how I am. I can't pronounce things. You can get in front of the camera and suddenly you forget all of the pronunciations you've ever known. But yeah, interested to give this one a watch. This one has a really wonderful cast. You have Elizabeth Taylor, Mia Farrow, and Robert Mitchum, so sounds really good. And that is Secret Ceremony. The artwork on this one intrigued me as well, so hopefully this one will be good. I don't know how you could go wrong with a cast like that though. And we have another film starring Mia Farrow. This is another one that has been on my watch list for a very long time. Definitely looking forward to finally watching it, and that is See No Evil. This is another one that I feel like I've wanted to pick up from the get-go, and for one reason or another haven't gotten it, so very happy to add it to the collection. Those are all of the regular releases I grabbed. I did want to grab at least one box set from the sale, and of course, since I've bought 2 other places, but I did want to grab one box set from the sale, and this one I've heard nothing but good things about, and so it was a pretty easy decision to go ahead and grab this one. And also another thing about this box set, if I'm not mistaken, none of these titles are available, or at least readily available, in the US. Some of those Hammer box sets are films that I already own and like other sets and things, and I haven't seen them yet, so you know, if I were to watch them and see that I really liked them and wanted to own a different version of them, I would probably just buy like the individual releases of the Hammer titles. So that's part of the reason I haven't bought any of the Hammer box sets from them. But again, this one, it seemed like these were pretty hard to come by in the US, so that was another deciding factor in grabbing this one. But again, I've heard wonderful things about it, and that is the Samuel Fuller at Columbia box set. Really excited about this one. I have number 1402 of 6,000. You got 7 movies in here. I mean, that's That's just incredible. And I believe it was like 30 pounds, and then they take the VAT off for US customers, so it was even less than that. So really a great price for this. And yeah, you got your individual boxes in there. Sorry, it was taking a minute on focusing, but yeah, really nice box set. Really looking forward to checking this out because again, it just came really highly recommended. So that is everything I picked up from Indicator. Really awesome. Let me know what you guys thought of my pickups, and let me know if there's anything that I absolutely need to grab from Indicator. I don't know how often they have sales. If you guys happen to know that, definitely let me know. But yeah, I've got a lot of really good cinema to watch in the near future here thanks to Indicator. So very excited. I want to give a huge shout out to our first patron over on Patreon. He is also an executive producer level patron. So thank you so much to our good friend and subscriber, Chase Wilson. Thank you so much. Your support means the world to us. Definitely check out our Patreon if you're interested in supporting our channel. There's also some links in the description box below on some other ways you can support us if you feel so inclined. Of course, just watching, liking, subscribing, all of that is enough for us. So thank you so much for being here. Also, check out the links below to see our merch because we have just launched a merch store with spring. We just have one style available, but we're going to be working on some other designs to show you guys and to share with you guys in the future. So definitely keep an eye out on that. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Hit us up there. I'm very active on Instagram. You can see what we're watching on both my Instagram and our Letterboxd accounts, so definitely check those out. And if you guys want to send me a direct message on Instagram, I'm always available to chat on there. So thank you guys so much for your support. Give this video a thumbs up. Like I said, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to get notifications when we upload new videos, and we will see you on the next one.